reflections, you are going to pay attention to what you are given as your reflection line, and you are then going to make sure you graph it and then count how far away you are from it, either above or below, left to right of it. And sometimes half of it's on one side, half of it's on the other. And then you're going to graph your points. So, first thing I want to show is x-axis. X-axis is this wonderful axis right here. It's also known as y equals 0. Your y-axis is here. It's when x equals 0, x lines go up and down, y lines go left and right. Pay attention to those. Count how far you are away from it, and that's how you would figure that one out. Y equals 3. Y equals 3. Y equals 3 is up 3 units from 0, so 1, 2, 3. And due to having a tool and everything else, I'm going to draw it out pretty. And there's your y-axis line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count how far above or below I am. So A, B, and C are all down below, so I'm going to count how far I am away. So B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's B prime. A is 3 below, so I'm going to count 3 above. A prime, and then C is 4, 7, so 3, and then 4, C prime. Bring out my handy dandy tool. Getting the hang of this. I'm kind of liking this now. Make some connections of my lines. Go forward is a lot easier than the whiteboard, but it's kind of nice when my tools actually work for me. And last but not least, and you can see how it reflected across. Make sure you label and everything else. -1, x equals -1 is a x line. Remember, if the point falls on it, x line is an up and down line, vertical line, sorry, then you want to make sure you go across left and right. These two equations, make sure you pay attention to your slopes. Y equals 1x plus 0. Y equals -1x plus 0. The thing that I remember is this is where negative x's are. So this is negative x corner. You go from this corner down to where negative y's are, down to this corner, that's the negative x line. And this is the positive x's down to the negative y's, or the positive, like negative negative. So negative negatives in this column. And that's that diagonal. So you just draw a line across that diagonal. If you have a handy dandy ruler, it would be this wonderful line here, but just a little bit more. You would just make sure that you axis on this. Sorry, reflect across that line. And then if you are on that point, it stays there, and then you count across the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you would do the same thing with L. Point P would not move because it is on the line of reflection, so it just stays there. Last but not least, make sure that when you're mapping, you count the distances between your points and figure out where the middle is. Lines of reflections are directly in the middle. So L and M is 6 units away from M prime, so middle would be 3. And then I just want to double check up here if it's the same for L to L prime. This line is my line of reflection, so I would write down reflected over x equals 1. If it was a horizontal line like this, that would be y equals, and in this case, negative whatever. If it's the x-axis, or if it is the diagonals, then you would write that equation as well. But remember, it's an x equals line, and this would be x over negative, reflected over x equals -1.